Welcome to Hista Sleep, a place where every gentle sound guides you toward peace, and every moment helps you drift into deep, restful sleep. I'm so glad you've joined me tonight. Dear listener, settle in now. Let your shoulders soften. Let the day loosen its grip. Feel the place where you are, the gentle weight of your body supported, the quiet hum of the room. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do. Just allow this moment to hold you like warm hands around a mug on a cold day. Take a slow breath in through your nose, easy and unforced, and then let it fall out of you, long and calm. With each breath, imagine the edges of your thoughts becoming smooth, the sharp corners round off. The mind learns that it is safe to rest. You might notice the faint sounds around you, or the quiet inside your chest. Let them be there. They can come and go without effort. As you relax, imagine a gentle stillness. It moves like soft snowfall, settling wherever it lands. Your arms grow pleasantly heavy, your hands loosen, your legs sink into comfort. Even your feet can rest now. Nothing to hold up, nothing to brace against, just calm, steady ease. And when you are ready, our story today begins at the edge of a winter forest, where snow has been falling all morning, slow and patient, as if time itself has decided to pause. The trees stand tall and quiet, their branches dressed in white. The air is crisp but not harsh, the kind that feels clean in the lungs. A narrow path winds between the trunks, softened by fresh snow, leading deeper into the woods. Each step along this path feels hushed, respectful, as though the forest is listening. At the heart of this forest sits a small cabin. It is modest and sturdy, built of dark wood that contrasts gently with the snow piled along its roof. A thin curl of smoke rises from the chimney, drifting upward and disappearing into the pale sky. The windows glow with warm, golden light, a promise of comfort waiting inside. This cabin is home to hope. Inside, the air is rich with warmth. A fire crackles softly in the stone hearth, sending out a steady rhythm of gentle pops and sighs. The walls are lined with bookshelves, filled with well-loved novels and journals, their spines worn smooth by time. A thick rug lies across the wooden floor, inviting bare feet and slow steps. Hope sits in a wide armchair near the fire, wrapped in a knitted blanket. The blanket smells faintly of cedar and clean cotton. Her breathing is slow, matching the rise and fall of the flames. On the floor beside her lies Jasper, her loyal dog, his body stretched out, his chest lifting in deep, peaceful breaths. Near the window, curled into a patch of pale sunlight, reflected off the snow, is Luna the cat, her tail tucked neatly around her paws. Outside, the snow continues to fall. Inside, time feels suspended. Hope gazes into the fire, watching the flames bend and dance. The sound is soothing, steady, predictable. It reminds her of winters long ago, of evenings spent listening to stories, of quiet laughter and shared silence. These memories drift through her mind like soft clouds, never demanding attention, only offering warmth. She takes a sip from the mug resting in her hands. The tea is herbal, calming, with a hint of honey. The warmth spreads from her palms, through her arms, and into her chest. Each sip feels like a small gift, a moment of care given to herself. Jasper shifts slightly, letting out a contented sigh. Luna opens one eye, blinks slowly, then closes it again. The cabin holds them all, steady and safe. The forest outside seems to breathe along with them. Snow lands on branches and slides off in quiet whispers. Somewhere in the distance, a bird calls once, then settles back into silence. The world feels gentle here, unhurried. Hope lets her thoughts wander without direction. She thinks of the rhythm of seasons, how winter always brings a kind of inward turning, a time to rest, a time to gather warmth, a time to remember that slowing down is not only allowed, but necessary. She adjusts the blanket around her shoulders, feeling its weight. It is grounding, reassuring. The firelight casts soft shadows across the room, moving slowly, like a lullaby for the eyes. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm too. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum and get comfortable. Back in the cabin, Hope rises slowly from the chair and adds another log to the fire. The flames respond with a brighter glow, then settle back into their steady rhythm. The smell of warm wood fills the room, earthy and familiar. She walks to the window and looks out at the forest. Snowflakes drift past the glass, each one unique, each one unhurried. The trees seem closer somehow, like old friends standing watch. Hope feels a quiet gratitude for this place, for this moment, for the simple gift of being present. Luna stretches, arching her back, then pads over to Hope, brushing against her leg. Jasper lifts his head, tail thumping once against the floor, then rests again. These small movements feel meaningful in the quiet, like punctuation in a slow, comforting sentence. Hope returns to her chair and sits, letting the stillness wrap around her again. The fire, the snow, the forest, the animals, all of it forms a gentle circle of calm, and as the evening deepens, the cabin becomes a cocoon of warmth, inviting rest, inviting sleep, inviting you to let go just a little more. Hope settles deeper into the armchair, the gentle creak of the wood beneath her barely noticeable. The fire continues its soft conversation, a low, steady murmur that fills the room without demanding attention. This is the kind of sound that does not interrupt thoughts, but carries them like a slow river beneath the surface. Outside, the daylight begins to fade. The sky shifts from pale gray to a deeper blue, the kind that feels thick and velvety. Snow still falls, but now it seems slower, heavier, as if each flake is taking its time before finding a place to rest. The forest accepts them quietly, branches bending just enough to hold their weight. Hope reaches for a small lamp on the side table and turns it on. The light is soft and amber, spreading outward in a gentle circle. Shadows gather in the corners of the cabin, but they feel friendly, familiar, like places where calm collects. She opens a book, one she has read many times before. The pages are slightly yellowed, the paper thin and smooth. As her eyes move over the words, her mind drifts in and out of the story. She is not reading to follow a plot. She is reading to rest, to let language wash over her without effort. Jasper stirs and lifts his head, ears twitching. He stretches, slow and deliberate, then stands and walks over to Hope. His nails make a soft clicking sound on the wooden floor. He rests his head on her knee, warm and solid. Hope smiles, and runs her fingers through his fur, steady and reassuring. The simple act grounds her, anchoring her to the moment. Luna hops onto the arm of the chair, curling herself into a neat, compact shape. Her purring begins, low and rhythmic, like a distant engine humming contentedly. The sound blends with the fire and the quiet night outside, layering comfort upon comfort. Hope closes her eyes for a moment, listening. Each sound has its place. None of them rush. None of them ask for anything. The cabin feels like a pause in the world, a space between moments where nothing is required. As you listen, you might notice your own breathing syncing with this rhythm, in and out, slow and steady. There is no need to change it, just allow it to be easy. Hope remembers winters from her childhood, when days felt endless and evenings stretched out like long, cozy blankets. She remembers the way snow would muffle the world, turning even familiar places into something new and quiet. Those memories rise and fade without urgency, like steam from the tea she finished earlier. She opens her eyes again and looks around the cabin. Every object has a story, but tonight, none of them need to be told. They are simply here, doing their quiet work of making the space feel lived in and loved. The fire pops softly, sending a brief shower of sparks upward. Hope adjusts the log slightly with the poker, careful and practiced. The flames respond, then settle. Everything finds its balance again. Outside, the forest seems to lean closer as night deepens. The trees stand guard, their branches interlaced above the cabin like a protective canopy. Snow gathers along the window ledges, creating soft, rounded shapes that catch the light from inside. Hope wraps the blanket tighter around her shoulders and lets out a slow breath. She feels pleasantly tired, the kind of tiredness that comes from being fully present, from allowing the day to end gently rather than abruptly. She thinks about how rare this kind of stillness can feel, and how important it is to return to it whenever possible. Winter has a way of teaching this lesson, again and again, without words. Jasper shifts his weight, settling more comfortably against her legs. Luna's purring deepens, a steady vibration that seems to fill the room. Hope's hand rests on Jasper's back, rising and falling with his breath. The repetition is soothing, almost hypnotic. If thoughts come, they are soft ones. If they drift away, that is fine too. Nothing needs to be held onto. The lamp casts a gentle halo of light, and beyond it, the cabin fades into shadow. The corners feel far away, unimportant. What matters is this small circle of warmth, this quiet companionship. Hope closes her book and places it back on the table. She leans her head against the chair, eyes half closed. The fire continues to burn, faithful and calm. As the night deepens, the snow outside begins to slow. The forest grows even quieter, as if it too is settling into sleep. The cabin feels like the center of a soft, white world, untouched and serene. Hope allows herself to rest fully now, trusting the night to hold everything else. And as you listen, you can let that same trust settle into you, knowing that for now, it is enough to simply be here, warm and safe, carried gently toward rest. The fire slowly shifts, its flames lowering into a steady, glowing bed of embers. The light becomes softer, less active, more like a gentle pulse than a flicker. Hope notices this without opening her eyes. She senses it the way one senses evening settling in, not with urgency, but with quiet acceptance. The cabin creaks softly as the temperature outside drops another degree. The sound is subtle, familiar, almost comforting. Wood responding to cold. A living structure adjusting itself. Hope breathes in, feeling the warmth in her chest, and breathes out, letting go of the last small tensions she did not know she was holding. She thinks of the forest again, not as a place of distance, but as something close and protective. Beneath the snow, roots are resting, seeds are waiting, streams are moving slowly under thin layers of ice. Nothing is rushing toward growth. Everything understands that this season is for stillness. Luna shifts her position on the chair arm, tucking her paws beneath her body. Her purring becomes softer, more intermittent, like a whisper of sound rather than a steady hum. Jasper's breathing deepens, his body heavy with sleep. Hope's hand remains on his back, warm and still, feeling each rise and fall. She opens her eyes briefly and looks at the window again. The glass has fogged slightly from the warmth inside meeting the cold outside. She traces a small circle on it with her finger, watching the clear shape slowly blur again. Even this small mark fades on its own. Nothing lasts, and nothing needs to. Hope stands slowly, careful not to disturb the quiet. She moves through the cabin with unhurried steps, the soles of her feet warm against the wood floor. Each movement feels intentional, but not effortful. She tidies a mug, straightens a folded blanket, small gestures that feel grounding and complete. She pauses near the door, listening. Outside, the forest is almost completely silent now. No wind, no distant calls, just the deep hush of snow at rest. It feels like the world has taken a deep breath and decided to hold it. Hope smiles softly to herself and turns back toward the fire. She lowers the lamp's brightness just a little, enough to make the room feel even more intimate. Shadows deepen, but they remain soft, blending gently with the warm light. She returns to the chair and sits again, this time letting her head rest fully back. Her eyes close naturally. There is no moment of decision. Rest arrives on its own. In her mind, images drift past, snowflakes landing on pine needles, the slow curl of smoke from the chimney, the weight of the blanket, the steady presence of Jasper and Luna. None of these images demand attention. They simply float, appearing and dissolving like gentle waves. If your thoughts begin to wander now, that is perfectly fine. You can let them pass without following them, or you can let them soften into the background, like distant sounds heard through a closed door. Hope's breathing becomes slower, deeper. Each breath seems to travel farther into her body, bringing warmth and ease. Her shoulders drop another fraction of an inch. Her jaw relaxes. Even the small muscles around her eyes release. The fire gives a final soft pop, then settles into a low, steady glow. It will last through the night, slowly and reliably. There is no need to tend it anymore. Outside, the snow reflects the faint light of the moon, turning the forest into a quiet landscape of silver and blue. The cabin stands at its center, grounded and calm, a small island of warmth in a vast, peaceful sea. Hope feels a sense of gratitude wash over her, not sharp or emotional, but deep and steady. Gratitude for shelter, for companionship, for this moment of rest. It fills her gently, then becomes part of the calm. Jasper stirs once, adjusting his position, then settles again. Luna's tail flicks lazily, then goes still. The cabin breathes with them, a shared rhythm of rest. Time stretches, minutes lose their edges. There is no sense of before or after, only now. This is the gift of winter evenings. Hope thinks. They ask nothing and offer so much. She lets herself drift, not into sleep yet, but into that soft space just before it. A place where thoughts become images, and images become feelings. Where the body leads, and the mind follows gently behind. And as you listen, you may find yourself entering that same space, where effort fades, where comfort grows, where the world feels distant and kind. The cabin remains steady, the forest remains quiet. The night holds everything safely. The quiet deepens as the night continues its slow unfolding. Inside the cabin, the warmth has settled into the walls, the floor, the very air itself. Hope's breathing is now so calm, it feels almost imperceptible, like the gentle movement of a lake at dawn. Her thoughts drift toward simple things. The feel of clean sheets, waiting in the next room. The familiar creak of the bed frame. The way sleep comes more easily on nights like this, when the world outside is wrapped in snow and silence. These thoughts do not pull her forward. They simply exist, soft and reassuring. She opens her eyes once more, just enough to take in the room. The firelight has dimmed to a warm orange glow, painting the cabin in slow shadows. The bookshelves look like quiet sentinels. The rug holds the heat of the day. Everything is in its place. Hope rises again, moving even more slowly than before. Jasper lifts his head briefly, then lowers it again, trusting her movements. Luna opens one eye, blinks, and curls tighter. The rhythm of the room remains unbroken. She walks down the short hallway toward the bedroom. Each step is unhurried, the floorboards familiar beneath her feet. The hallway is dim, lit only by the spill of firelight behind her and a small lamp ahead. The light guides her gently, not pushing, just showing the way. The bedroom is simple and inviting. A bed with thick quilts, layered and soft. A window looking out into the forest, its glass rimmed with frost. A small wooden table with a candle resting on it, unlit but ready if needed. The air here feels cooler, fresher, perfect for sleep. Hope pulls back the quilts and sits on the edge of the bed. The mattress dips slightly beneath her weight, welcoming her. She removes the blanket from her shoulders and folds it neatly, placing it at the foot of the bed. Each movement feels deliberate, calm, complete. She lies back slowly, letting the quilts rise around her. The fabric is smooth and heavy, a comforting weight that settles her body. She adjusts the pillow and turns her head slightly toward the window. Outside, the forest is still. Snow rests on branches, on the ground, on the roof of the cabin. The moonlight gives everything a soft glow. There is no movement, no sound, just a deep, restful quiet. Hope exhales, long and slow. Her body sinks into the bed. Her thoughts begin to loosen, untying themselves one by one. There is nothing left to consider, nothing left to plan. Jasper pads softly into the room and curls up on the floor beside the bed. His presence is steady and warm. Luna follows, jumping lightly onto the bed and settling near Hope's feet. Their familiar closeness adds another layer of comfort, a reminder that she is not alone. The cabin seems to sigh, as if relieved that the day has come to a gentle close. The fire in the other room continues to glow, watched over by stone and ash. It will fade on its own, without urgency. Hope's eyelids grow heavy. Images soften. The forest, the snow, the cabin all blurred together into a single feeling of safety. Her breathing deepens again, finding a rhythm that feels natural and unforced. As you listen, you might notice your own body responding in the same way. Muscles easing, breath slowing, the mind letting go of its grip. There is no need to hold on to this story. You can let it carry you, or you can let it fade into the background as sleep arrives. Both are welcome. Hope drifts closer to sleep now, hovering at its edge. The world narrows to warmth and quiet. The night stretches ahead, long and peaceful. And somewhere in the forest, snow continues to fall, slow and steady, covering everything in a soft, forgiving layer. The moment before sleep stretches gently like a soft horizon. Hope rests within it, her body fully supported, her thoughts barely forming words anymore. The bed cradles her without pressure. The quilts feel just right, neither too heavy nor too light, holding warmth close in a way that feels protective. The room breathes quietly. The walls hold the day's warmth. The faint scent of wood and clean fabric lingers in the air. Outside the window, the forest remains motionless, as if honoring the stillness inside the cabin. Hope's mind drifts to simple sensations, the rise and fall of her chest, the subtle warmth at her feet where Luna sleeps, the quiet presence of Jasper nearby, his steady breathing a low, comforting rhythm. These small anchors keep her gently connected while allowing everything else to fade. She remembers nothing urgent. The past feels distant and soft. The future feels far away and unimportant. Only this moment exists, suspended and complete. The moon shifts slightly in the sky, changing the angle of light through the window. A pale glow moves across the wall, slow and unhurried. Shadows respond quietly, reshaping themselves without sound. Hope's breathing slows further, each breath flowing into the next without pause. The space between thoughts grows longer. When a thought does appear, it dissolves almost immediately, like mist warming in sunlight. The cabin settles deeper into night. Wood cools, snow insulates, the forest wraps everything in quiet. It feels as though the entire world has agreed to rest together. Hope's body grows pleasantly heavy, sinking into the mattress. Her hands relax completely. Her face smooths. Even the small muscles around her mouth soften. There is nothing left to hold. Sleep approaches without announcement. It does not rush. It waits patiently, allowing the body to invite it in. If you find yourself drifting now, that is exactly right. You do not need to listen closely anymore. The sound of this story can simply exist in the background, like wind in trees or a distant stream. Hope slips into sleep, slowly, gently, the way snow settles on a branch. No jolt, no sudden change, just a smooth transition from wakefulness to rest. Her dreams begin quietly. Images form without shape or storyline. Feelings of warmth, safety, and calm weave together. The cabin remains, the forest remains, but they feel farther away now, like memories rather than places. Jasper shifts once in his sleep, then grows still again. Luna's breathing is soft and even. The room holds them all in shared rest. Outside, snow continues its patient work, covering tracks, softening edges, making everything new again by morning. And as Hope sleeps, you are welcome to sleep too. There is nothing more you need to do, nothing you need to remember. This night will hold you just as gently. The story does not need an ending. It simply continues into quiet, into darkness, into rest. Deep in the night, the cabin exists in a space that feels untouched by time. Hope sleeps soundly now, her breathing slow and even, her body completely surrendered to rest. Sleep has settled over her like a warm layer of snow, insulating her from the sharp edges of the world. The fire in the hearth has dimmed further, glowing faintly beneath a soft layer of ash. It gives off just enough warmth to keep the cabin comfortable, just enough light to paint the walls in a gentle amber hush. Nothing stirs. Nothing needs to. The forest outside remains still, but it is not empty. Beneath the snow, life rests patiently. Roots hold the trees steady. Small animals sleep, curled into hidden spaces. Streams move quietly under ice, their flow slowed but never stopped. The forest understands rest. It has practiced this for centuries. Hopes, dreams move slowly, like clouds drifting across a winter sky. She does not chase them. They come and go on their own, made of soft impressions rather than clear images. A feeling of warmth, a sense of belonging. The echo of quiet laughter remembered from long ago. Her body shifts slightly, finding an even more comfortable position. The quilts respond, molding gently around her. Luna stretches once at Hope's feet, then settles again, her small weight reassuring. Jasper's breathing remains steady, his presence calm and constant. The bedroom feels like the center of the world. Beyond its walls, the forest holds watch. Beyond the forest, the night stretches, wide and quiet. Everything feels connected by this shared stillness. If you are still awake, you may notice how easy it feels now to let go. Thoughts slip past without catching, sensations soften. Even the sound of this voice may feel distant, like something heard through layers of comfort. This is the space where rest does its quiet work, where the body repairs itself, where the mind releases what it no longer needs to carry. Hope's face is peaceful in sleep. There is no tension left in her brow, no tightness in her jaw. Her body trusts the night completely. It knows it is safe here. The moon moves slowly across the sky, its light shifting inch by inch. Shadows respond in barely noticeable ways. Time continues, but gently, respectfully, without demand. In the far distance, a branch releases its load of snow with a soft whisper. The sound fades almost as soon as it exists. Silence returns, deeper than before. Hope remains asleep, untouched by the sound. The cabin absorbs it, holds it, and lets it go. As the night progresses, the temperature drops slightly. The air grows crisper, cleaner. The quilts hold warmth close. The cabin's walls keep the cold outside, firm and reliable. There is a sense of being wrapped in layers. Snow around the cabin, wood around the room, fabric around the body, breath moving slowly in and out. Each layer adds to the feeling of protection and ease. Dreams continue to drift through Hope's mind, unremarkable and soothing. They leave behind a feeling rather than a story, a sense that everything is as it should be. If sleep has already taken you, this story can simply pass by unnoticed. If you hover at its edge, you are welcome there too. There is no wrong way to rest. The night holds its quiet vigil, hour after hour, steady and patient. The forest does not hurry toward morning. The cabin does not rush the fire to fade. Everything unfolds at its own pace. As the night deepens further, the world seems to soften even more. Hope remains asleep, her body completely at ease, as if she has melted into the bed itself. The quilts rise and fall with her breathing, slow and steady, a gentle rhythm that feels timeless. The cabin holds a quiet warmth, balanced perfectly against the cold outside. The contrast feels comforting rather than sharp. Inside, there is shelter, calm, and ease. Outside, there is snow, stillness, and patience. Together, they create a sense of harmony that needs no explanation. Hopes, dreams shift subtly. They are not vivid or demanding. Instead, they feel like soft landscapes made of memory and feeling. A winter path she once walked, a warm cup held between her hands, the sound of wind moving through trees without urgency. Each image appears, lingers briefly, and then dissolves, leaving behind calm. Jasper stirs slightly in his sleep, letting out a quiet breath before settling again. Luna's whiskers twitch once, then go still. Even their dreams seem slow and gentle, matching the rhythm of the night. The fire in the hearth has nearly faded now, leaving behind a quiet warmth embedded in stone and ash. The cabin no longer glows, but it does not feel dark. Moonlight and snowlight provide a soft, natural illumination, enough to outline shapes without disturbing rest. Outside, the forest seems to listen. Snow rests heavily on branches, insulating sound and movement. The trees stand tall and unmoving, their presence steady and reassuring. Hope's body shifts once more, then grows completely still. Her breathing deepens further, a sign of true rest. In this state, the mind lets go completely. There is no effort, no awareness, just being. If you are listening now, you may notice that the sense of time has changed. Minutes stretch, seconds lose their meaning. The night feels wide and open, generous in its quiet. This is the space where sleep becomes restorative, where the body resets, where the mind clears itself gently, without instruction. The cabin continues to stand firm against the cold, its walls solid and dependable. Snow gathers quietly along the roofline, thickening the blanket that keeps warmth inside. The chimney releases only the faintest trace of smoke now, barely visible against the dark sky. Hope remains asleep, held securely by her surroundings. There is nothing she needs to do, nothing she needs to respond to. The night carries everything for her. The forest breathes slowly, the way it always has. Beneath the snow, life waits, not anxious, not hurried, simply resting. As the hours pass, the moon begins its slow descent. The sky darkens slightly, then begins to hint at change far in the distance. Morning will come eventually, but it is in no rush. The night still has work to do. Hope's sleep remains deep and undisturbed. Her body knows how to rest. It has been given permission, space, and quiet. And as you listen, you are given that same permission to rest, to let go, to trust the night. Sometime later, in the deepest part of the night, the world feels almost suspended. Hope continues to sleep, wrapped in layers of warmth and quiet, her mind fully at rest. There is a sense that nothing exists beyond this small cabin, this bed, this gentle rhythm of breath. The air inside the room feels clean and cool, balanced perfectly by the warmth beneath the quilts. Each breath Hope takes seems to sink deeper into her body, nourishing and steady. Sleep has become complete now, no longer something she is entering, but something she is fully inside. Outside, the forest holds its silence like a promise. Snow has stopped falling, leaving everything smooth and untouched. The ground, the branches, the cabin roof all wear the same soft covering, unbroken and calm. Even the wind has chosen to rest. The moonlight shifts again, tracing a slow path across the window and onto the floor. The light does not disturb. It simply passes through, like a quiet visitor moving carefully through a sleeping house. Hopes, dreams drift on, unremarkable and kind. There is no storyline, no emotion that pulls too strongly, just impressions, warmth, safety, the sense of being exactly where she belongs. Jasper's body rises and falls in a steady rhythm on the floor beside the bed. His presence is grounding, familiar. Luna remains curled at Hope's feet, her small form radiating warmth. They are part of the same shared rest, connected without thought. The cabin itself feels alive in a quiet way. Wood holds heat, stone holds memory, fabric holds comfort. Everything is doing what it was made to do, without effort. If you are still listening, your body may feel heavier now, or lighter, or pleasantly distant. There is no need to notice too closely. Whatever you feel is fine. Whatever you do not feel is fine too. The night continues to move forward at its own pace. Hours pass without sound. Nothing interrupts the stillness. Nothing needs to. Hope remains deeply asleep, her body restoring itself in ways she does not need to be aware of. Muscles soften, breath deepens. The nervous system unwinds, strand by strand. The forest outside mirrors this rest. Beneath the snow, animals sleep, curled into warmth. Trees stand steady, their roots holding firm in the frozen ground. Streams move slowly under ice, patient and untroubled. There is a sense of balance here. Rest above, rest below, stillness everywhere. As the night begins its slow turn toward morning, the darkness does not retreat suddenly. It lingers, respectful of sleep. The sky lightens almost imperceptibly, a subtle shift that takes time to notice. Hope's breathing remains unchanged. She does not stir. Sleep holds her gently, unwilling to let go too soon. If your own sleep has arrived, this story can fade away completely. If you remain somewhere between listening and dreaming, that space is welcome too. There is no rush to cross any threshold. The cabin continues its quiet vigil. The forest remains wrapped in snow. The night holds everything steady. The night stretches on, smooth and uninterrupted, like a long, gentle exhale. Hope sleeps on, deeply settled into rest, her body and mind aligned in the same quiet rhythm. The quilts hold her warmth evenly now. No need for adjustment, no need for movement. The room feels suspended in a kind of peaceful pause. Nothing shifts, nothing calls for attention. Even time itself seems to have softened its edges, flowing without markers or milestones. Outside, the forest remains hushed beneath its blanket of snow. The branches do not sway, the ground does not crack. Everything feels held, as if the world has placed itself gently on mute. The sky begins its slow, nearly invisible transition. Far beyond the trees, darkness gives way to a slightly lighter shade, a deep blue that hints at dawn without announcing it. This change is so gradual, it almost feels imagined. Hope does not notice. Her sleep is steady, undisturbed by the approaching morning. Her breathing remains slow and full, her body still and at ease. Jasper shifts his paws slightly, then settles again. Luna's tail flicks once, then rests. These tiny movements ripple through the room and disappear, absorbed by the quiet. The cabin's walls hold firm against the cold. Snow rests thick along the roof and windowsills, adding another layer of insulation. Inside, warmth remains constant and reliable. Hopes, dreams thin now, becoming even softer, more abstract. They are no longer images or feelings, but simply a sense of peace. A deep, unshakable calm that wraps around her like the quilts themselves. If you are listening at this point, your own mind may feel distant, almost transparent. Thoughts, if they appear at all, pass through without sticking. This is the mind at rest, doing exactly what it needs to do. The early hours of morning approach without sound. There is no alarm, no announcement, just a subtle shift in the quality of darkness. A gentle easing toward light. The forest remains quiet, not yet ready to wake. Birds stay hidden. Animals remain tucked into warmth. The snow holds everything in place a little longer. Hope continues to sleep, her body trusting the night completely. There is no anticipation of waking, no sense of what comes next, only rest. The cabin seems to float at this moment, balanced perfectly between night and morning. Inside, warmth; outside, cold. Together, they create a space that feels complete. And as the story continues quietly, you are welcome to let it dissolve entirely. There is no ending to wait for, just rest, unfolding naturally. Somewhere in the slow approach of morning, the night reaches its deepest calm. Hope remains asleep, wrapped in a stillness so complete it feels protective, almost sacred. Her breathing is steady and quiet, each breath flowing naturally into the next, as if her body has remembered an older, simpler rhythm. The bedroom holds this calm without effort. The walls do not echo, the air does not shift. Everything seems to understand that this moment is meant for rest, not interruption. Outside, the sky continues its subtle transformation. Darkness softens into a deep, muted blue. The change is gentle enough that even the snow does not seem to notice. The forest remains at rest, branches heavy, ground smooth and untouched. Hope's body lies comfortably still, supported fully by the bed. There is no tension left anywhere. Her shoulders are loose, her hands are relaxed. Even her jaw rests softly, unguarded. Sleep has done its quiet work well. Jasper's breathing deepens, then evens out again. He is dreaming too, perhaps of familiar paths or warm afternoons. Luna remains curled in a small, perfect shape, her warmth steady and reassuring at Hope's feet. The cabin feels like a held breath, a space between night and day where nothing needs to happen yet. The fire in the hearth has cooled to embers, their warmth now stored in stone and wood. The cabin remembers the heat and holds on to it. If you are still aware of listening, you may notice how distant everything else feels now. The day behind you, the day ahead, all of it can wait. This moment belongs to rest alone. Hope's dreams become even quieter, almost imperceptible. They no longer form pictures or feelings. They are simply rest itself, deep and nourishing. The sky outside lightens another shade, but still no sound breaks the silence. The forest remains wrapped in its winter sleep. The snow holds firm, softening every edge. Time passes without markers. Minutes drift into each other. There is no need to measure them. Hope sleeps on, her body fully trusting this place, this night, this quiet. There is a sense of being completely held, completely safe. And as you listen, you may find that you are held to by the rhythm of the words, by the softness of the night, by the permission to rest. The cabin continues its quiet vigil. The forest remains still. The story moves forward gently, without hurry, just as sleep does. Morning begins its soft approach, though the cabin remains wrapped in a gentle, lingering darkness. Hope is still asleep, deep and undisturbed. The quilts hold her warmth evenly, and the faint weight of the blankets feels grounding, protective. She is not yet aware of the day outside. The night's calm still cradles her completely. Jasper shifts slightly, stretching his legs under the bed covers, then settles back. His breathing continues its steady rhythm, echoing the quiet pulse of the room. Luna, at Hope's feet, curls tighter, adjusting her tiny form for maximum comfort. Their presence is a subtle, constant reassurance, a reminder that safety is not fleeting. The fire in the hearth has diminished into glowing embers. Occasionally, a small spark rises and falls, disappearing silently into the ash. Its warmth has settled into the stones, radiating slowly, like a heartbeat beneath the cabin floor. There is a sense of permanence here, of things that hold without pressing. Outside, the first traces of dawn begin to stretch across the sky, pale and soft. The forest responds subtly. Snow reflects the faint glow of early light, transforming the trees into a delicate tapestry of silver and shadow. There is no rush. The world remains hushed, as if allowing Hope and anyone listening the gift of extended calm before the day begins. Hope's breathing remains steady, even deeply restorative. Her body has melted completely into sleep. Every muscle is relaxed, every limb resting exactly where it should be. Her mind drifts without direction, untouched by worry, unbothered by time. If you are still awake, you may notice a similar settling in yourself. The weight of your body feels comfortable, supported. The rhythm of your breathing may begin to slow, syncing subtly with the cadence of rest. Thoughts may appear only to dissolve as quickly, leaving a vast, soft space in your mind. A soft breeze brushes against the cabin from a small crack in the window. It is cold, but not sharp. It carries the scent of snow, pine, and earth freshness that hints at the world beyond the walls, without demanding attention. Hope remains in sleep, untroubled, while the breeze moves gently through the room, carrying a quiet promise of morning. Luna stretches once, yawns, then settles again, curling into her small form. Jasper's tail flicks lazily, brushing the floor, then stops. The cabin holds them all with a steady, unspoken rhythm. Time flows in long, unbroken stretches. Minutes, hours, there is no need to track them. There is only this, a safe space, warmth, and the gentle unfolding of rest. The snow outside sparkles faintly in the emerging light. The forest feels infinite yet intimate, vast yet protective. Branches bend slightly under the weight of snow, groaning once, softly, before returning to stillness. Even the quiet sounds of movement are almost imperceptible, easily absorbed by the calm atmosphere. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, a small, unconscious adjustment. She is deeply relaxed, entirely present in this moment of rest, unaware of the day that is slowly waking outside. If you are listening, you might feel your own body begin to sink further into comfort. Muscles release more tension. Breathing slows even further. Thoughts fade like early morning mist, leaving only sensation, warmth, stillness, and calm. The cabin stands in the middle of this quiet landscape, holding the last traces of night. Inside, all remains steady. Outside, snow reflects the earliest light. The forest listens patiently, as if it has always been meant to cradle sleep in this way. Hope's sleep deepens further. Dreams no longer appear in images or words. They are nothing more than a soft, warm sensation, a feeling of being fully held, fully safe, fully at peace. And as you listen, you may drift further too, carried by the stillness, by the gentle cadence of breath, by the calm rhythm of this quiet cabin in the forest. The light outside slowly grows, though the cabin still feels cocooned in soft shadows. Hope continues to sleep deeply, every part of her body fully supported by the bed and quilts. There is no tension anywhere, shoulders loose, jaw relaxed, fingers soft. Her mind has released completely, drifting in the same gentle rhythm as her body. Jasper shifts slightly, stretching one leg, then curling back into place. Luna yawns and nestles closer to Hope's feet, their quiet presence grounding the room. These small movements are part of the night's gentle continuity, absorbed effortlessly by the stillness that fills the cabin. The embers in the hearth glow faintly, radiating warmth without sound or movement. Occasionally, a small spark rises, almost imperceptibly, and settles back into the ash. The warmth has sunk into the stones and wood, a quiet memory of fire, comforting and steady. Outside, the first colors of dawn begin to soften the sky. Pale blues and muted pinks tint the edges of the night. Snow reflects this subtle light, turning the forest into a gentle wash of silver and soft shadows. The trees, heavy with snow, remain still, standing quietly in this new glow. Hope shifts slightly again, adjusting her position, then releases fully into rest. Her breathing is slow, even rhythmic, carrying her deeper into calm. There is no awareness of time, only the sensation of being completely held in warmth and quiet. If you are listening, you might notice your own body responding. Muscles soften further, breath deepens, thoughts become distant echoes, almost imperceptible. You may feel as though the world itself has slowed with you, waiting patiently for you to rest. The cabin seems suspended in this quiet interval between night and morning. Every object, the quilt, the furniture, the bookshelves, remains in gentle equilibrium, untouched yet perfectly placed. The room feels timeless, a small sanctuary that asks nothing in return. Outside, the forest holds a delicate balance. Snow rests on every branch. Every footstep from the world beyond seems paused. The air is crisp but gentle, carrying a faint, fresh scent of pine and earth, welcoming the day without breaking the night's calm. Hope's dreams have softened further. They are no longer images or scenes, only a warm sensation that radiates from her chest, spreading through her body. A deep sense of safety, stillness, and connection fills her completely. Jasper's breathing becomes more profound and even matching the subtle rhythm of the room. Luna shifts once, curling even tighter into her spot at Hope's feet. Their presence is unspoken but comforting, like a constant, steady heartbeat that reverberates through the cabin. The snow outside catches the earliest light, shimmering faintly, yet the forest remains hushed. Even the wind seems to pause, letting the world remain in this delicate balance. Time flows, but softly, quietly, unmarked by urgency. Hope continues her deep sleep, entirely surrendered to rest. Her body is perfectly supported, her mind fully released. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to anticipate. She exists entirely in this moment of calm and safety. As you listen, allow yourself the same freedom. Let your body sink fully into comfort. Let your mind drift in the same gentle rhythm. Every breath you take carries you further into ease. Every exhale releases what you no longer need. The cabin, the forest, the snow, the first morning light, all of it blends into a perfect harmony. There is no need to notice it. It simply exists, and that is enough. Hope's sleep has reached a depth where she is fully restored, yet still gently cradled by the quiet of the forest and the warmth of the cabin. The world outside has begun to shift toward day, but the cabin remains a sanctuary, a place untouched by urgency or expectation. The quiet stretches onward, carrying all within it, letting every sound, every movement, every thought settle like snowflakes into soft stillness. And as the day begins slowly, gently, you too may continue to drift, fully held in this calm, letting sleep and rest do exactly what they are meant to do. The morning light grows gradually, diffused through the frost on the windows. Hope sleeps on, her body fully relaxed, her mind fully released. There is a sense of timelessness here, as though the cabin exists in a pocket outside the flow of hours. The warmth from the quilt settles evenly over her, soothing her completely. Jasper stirs gently, stretching his front legs before curling back into a comfortable position beside the bed. Luna moves slightly as well, shifting closer to Hope's feet, pressing her warmth against the bed. Their presence is steady and familiar, a quiet, grounding rhythm that completes the room. The embers in the hearth have cooled further, leaving only a faint, comforting glow. The heat has absorbed into the stones and floorboards, radiating slowly, imperceptibly, so that the cabin feels cozy, even without visible flames. There is a calm permanence in this warmth, a reassurance that everything is safe and stable. Outside, the first hints of sunlight paint the snow in soft, muted shades. The trees remain heavy with white, their branches still, casting delicate shadows on the ground. The forest seems to breathe slowly, evenly, as if it too is resting in the pause between night and day. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, adjusting her position, then relaxes completely again. Her breath flows deeply, a slow, even rhythm that carries her further into restorative rest. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases tension. Her body feels heavy in the best way, as if gravity itself is supporting her completely. If you are listening, you may notice your own body responding. Your muscles loosen. Your mind softens. Each breath carries a sense of release, a gentle invitation to sink further into comfort. Thoughts, if they appear, drift by without disturbance, dissolving into the calm. The cabin itself feels alive in its quiet way. The wood, stone, and fabric all absorb the warmth, the sounds, the presence of sleep. They do not demand attention. They simply exist, supporting rest with quiet reliability. Outside, the forest begins to awaken in its own time. A faint rustle moves through the branches. A small bird shifts beneath the snow. Though these sounds are so subtle, they barely register. The world is slow and gentle, allowing Hope and anyone listening to remain in this cocoon of quiet. Hope's dreams remain soft, indistinct, a delicate weave of sensation rather than narrative. They are full of warmth, peace, and safety. Each dream seems to anchor her more firmly in this state of deep rest, unbroken and restorative. Jasper exhales slowly, his chest rising and falling in a calm, steady pattern. Luna's tail twitches once, then settles again. They remain close, companions in this shared stillness, their presence quietly reassuring. The snow reflects the increasing light, but it does so gently, without harshness. Shadows lengthen, fade, shift, yet nothing interrupts the stillness inside the cabin. The room feels suspended, a quiet harbor in the soft morning. Hope sleeps deeply, fully surrendered to the rhythm of rest. Every muscle, every limb, every fiber of her being is at ease. There is no tension, no anticipation, only complete presence in the moment of comfort. And as you listen, you may find yourself sinking deeper into your own calm. The body, the mind, the breath, they all follow this rhythm naturally. No effort is required. No direction is necessary. Just a slow, steady descent into peace. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the rising light form a quiet symphony of calm. Every element holds its place, supporting the rest of those within it. Every detail contributes to the sense of safety, warmth, and gentle continuity. Hope's rest continues, uninterrupted, as the cabin stands firmly between night and day. The forest waits patiently outside, untouched by urgency. The snow blankets everything, softening edges, muffling sound, and creating a perfect backdrop for quiet reflection. This is a place and a moment without demand, a space to simply exist, supported by warmth, companionship, and calm. Hope and her companions embody this rhythm fully, teaching by example the art of surrendering to quiet. And as the morning light grows slowly, you may continue to drift alongside them, fully enveloped in comfort, fully immersed in the gentle cadence of rest. The morning continues to unfold slowly, barely noticeable, yet inevitable. The cabin remains a warm, quiet haven. Hope sleeps on, fully immersed in the gentle embrace of her quilts. Her breathing flows smoothly, each inhale and exhale stretching softly into the next, a rhythm perfectly suited to rest. Jasper shifts slightly on the floor beside the bed, stretching one leg, then curling back again. Luna remains at Hope's feet, pressing closer, as if sharing the warmth of her presence with every small movement. Their companionship is unspoken, but deeply reassuring, a silent reminder of safety and constancy. The embers in the hearth, their warmth has permeated the walls and floor, creating a steady, invisible embrace that lingers throughout the room. There is a sense that this comfort is permanent, as though the cabin itself remembers the warmth of past fires and carries it forward for anyone who enters. Outside, the snow sparkles softly in the morning light. The trees remain still, their branches thick with snow, holding each flake as though protecting the forest below. The air is crisp, carrying the faint smell of pine and cold earth. Sounds are minimal, just the occasional settling of snow or the quiet rustle of branches, and each one fades gently into the pervasive stillness. Hope shifts once more in her sleep, a gentle motion that seems to adjust her fully into comfort. Her body relaxes even further, shoulders softening, hands loose, jaw resting without tension. The quilts mold naturally around her, offering weight without constraint. Sleep carries her deeper now, almost seamless, as if she has floated entirely into a realm of rest. If you are listening, notice how your own body responds. The muscles that may have held tension for hours or days begin to soften. Your breath deepens, slowing, becoming effortless. Thoughts, if they arise, drift past like clouds, leaving only space for calm and ease. There is no need to chase or resist them, they simply pass. The cabin stands steady, a quiet sanctuary in the forest. Each object, the wooden furniture, the stone hearth, the soft fabrics holds its place without motion, yet contributes to the profound sense of safety. Everything seems designed to allow rest to flourish. The forest outside mirrors this stillness. Snow muffles the ground. Branches sag with weight, yet hold firm. Small creatures may stir beneath the snow, but the sounds are so faint they hardly register, absorbed into the hushed landscape. The world waits patiently, honoring the quiet within the cabin. Hopes, dreams, are nearly imperceptible now. They are not stories or images, but a gentle, warm feeling that radiates through her entire being. Each dream reinforces a sense of safety, of being fully supported. The weight of worry, of schedules, of time has dissolved entirely. She rests without interruption, free from the pull of anything outside this moment. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in perfect rhythm with the quiet of the cabin. Luna shifts slightly again, then settles back. Their presence is a subtle but steady heartbeat in the room, a reminder that she and anyone listening are not alone in this quiet. The light outside continues to increase imperceptibly, softening shadows, illuminating the snow with a gentle glow. Yet even as morning approaches, the world remains hushed. There is no rush, no sharpness, only a gradual easing of night into day. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body rests completely. Her mind drifts without effort. She is entirely present in this space of warmth, companionship, and calm. Every detail in the room, every texture, every sound, every small movement supports this state of deep rest. As you listen, allow yourself to continue sinking further into your own comfort. The rhythm of breath, the feeling of support beneath your body, the sense of safety around you, let it carry you deeper. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember. There is only this moment of rest, and it is enough. The cabin, the forest, the snow, the first light of morning, they all combine into a slow, perfect harmony. Nothing demands attention, nothing interrupts the stillness. Everything exists to cradle sleep and calm, supporting both hope and anyone sharing in this quiet experience. Hope's sleep continues, deep and uninterrupted. The room holds her fully, carrying warmth and calm. The forest beyond seems to breathe alongside her, the snow softening sound, the trees standing steady and silent. The day is beginning, but only slowly, softly, gently. And as the morning grows, you may continue to drift alongside her, enveloped in warmth, in quiet, in rest, allowing every breath to carry you deeper, every exhale releasing tension, every moment bringing a little more calm. The soft morning light spreads gradually through the frosted windows, illuminating the cabin in a gentle, pale glow. Hope remains asleep, wrapped in the comfort of her quilts, fully supported by the bed beneath her. Each breath she takes is steady, deep, and unhurried, as if the world outside has slowed its pace to match hers. Jasper shifts slightly, stretching his front legs before settling back into place on the floor beside the bed. Luna, still at Hope's feet, adjusts her position, curling tighter and pressing warmth against the quilt. Their quiet presence fills the cabin with a subtle sense of companionship, a reassurance that everything is safe and still. The fire in the hearth has become nothing more than a gentle heat in the stones, radiating slowly, almost imperceptibly, throughout the room. Its glow has faded, but its comfort remains embedded in the cabin itself. Each wooden surface, each floorboard, seems to hold on to the warmth of past flames, adding to the sense of security that fills the space. Outside, the forest is slowly coming to life, though in the softest, quietest way. Snow glints faintly in the early light, reflecting subtle shades of pink and silver. The trees remain heavy with snow, each branch bending slightly, then straightening, moving with a softness that seems to honor the stillness inside the cabin. Even the air feels calm, carrying a crisp, clean scent of pine and earth without urgency. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, adjusting her body into an even more comfortable position. Her shoulders soften, her hands rest fully, and her jaw relaxes completely. She is entirely at ease, fully surrendered to the rhythm of deep, restorative sleep. If you are listening, you may notice your own body responding to this quiet. Muscles release tension, breathing slows, and your mind becomes still, letting thoughts drift past without holding on to them. There is no need to chase or analyze. Simply allow yourself to rest, fully immersed in the calm. The cabin itself seems alive in its quiet way. Each object, the wooden furniture, the soft rugs, the books on the shelves, holds its place in the room, contributing to a deep sense of stability and comfort. Even the faint creak of wood under the weight of Jasper or hope feels rhythmic, unhurried, and reassuring. Outside, the forest continues its gentle awakening. Birds stir quietly beneath snow-laden branches, but the sounds are soft, distant, and easily absorbed by the hush of winter. Small movements of animals beneath the snow occur almost imperceptibly, as if the forest itself moves slowly in order not to disturb the calm. Hope's dreams remain subtle and soothing. They are no longer visual or narrative, but rather a warm, encompassing feeling that spreads through her entire being. It is a feeling of complete safety, of being fully supported, and of belonging. She rests deeply, untouched by worry or anticipation, fully present in this cocoon of calm. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in perfect rhythm with the quiet of the room. Luna flicks her tail once, then settles again. Their presence is a quiet, grounding heartbeat that fills the cabin with reassurance. The snow outside catches the morning light, shimmering softly but without brilliance. Shadows lengthen and shift with the gentle rising sun, but the room's calm remains unbroken. The world is waking, yet in a slow, unhurried way that allows rest to continue uninterrupted. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body is completely supported, every muscle relaxed. Her mind floats freely, without structure or effort. There is no need to think, no need to planily to rest. And as you listen, you may continue to drift alongside her, fully immersed in comfort and warmth. Let each breath guide you deeper. Each exhale releases tension. Each heartbeat reminds you of your own stillness. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the soft morning light combine to form a quiet sanctuary. Every element works together to cradle rest, to support calm, and to hold sleep gently. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands attention. Everything exists solely to nurture quiet and peace. Hope's sleep remains deep and undisturbed. Jasper and Luna continue their gentle, calm companionship. The cabin holds them all, and the forest outside continues its patient watch. Time feels suspended, irrelevant, as the day slowly begins without urgency. You are welcome to remain here as long as you like, in this moment of warmth, calm, and stillness. There is no need to leave, no need to move. Just allow yourself to rest, carried gently by the rhythm of breath, the softness of the surroundings, and the quiet constancy of this winter morning. The morning light continues to deepen, spilling softly across the cabin floor. Hope remains asleep, cocooned in her quilts, fully immersed in the quiet rhythm of rest. Her body is completely relaxed, shoulders soft, hands open, jaw loose. Each breath flows slowly and evenly, carrying her deeper into calm, uninterrupted sleep. Jasper stretches one paw, then settles back beside the bed, his breathing a steady, grounding rhythm that fills the room with a quiet sense of continuity. Luna moves slightly, curling closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth. Their presence is a quiet, unspoken comfort, a reminder that rest is shared and supported. The hearth, now a bed of faint embers, radiates warmth slowly into the room. Its glow has softened to a gentle memory of fire, embedding warmth into the wood and stone. Every surface seems infused with it, the floorboards, the furniture, even the walls themselves carry the heat, adding to the deep sense of security that surrounds Hope. Outside, the forest begins to shift in the light of the rising sun. Snow on branches glints faintly, reflecting soft shades of silver and pale gold. The trees sway ever so slightly under the weight of snow, and the faintest sounds of movement ripple through the forest's maul, careful, respectful of the quiet inside the cabin. Hope shifts once more in her sleep, then relaxes again fully. Her breathing deepens, steadying even further. Each inhalation brings warmth. Each exhalation releases any remaining tension. Sleep has taken over completely, guiding her through a state of restoration that the body and mind need so deeply. If you are listening, you may notice the same effect in yourself. Muscles loosen, breathing slows, thoughts fade to a distant hum, and you may feel as though your body is sinking further into comfort, deeper into calm. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the soft presence of this moment. The cabin holds all of this gently. Its walls, floors, and furniture create a sanctuary that does not demand attention. Every detail supports the act of resting fully. The soft creak of the wooden floor, the distant warmth from the hearth, even the quiet breathing of the animals all merge into a rhythm that encourages calm. Outside, the forest responds to the morning light subtly. The snow remains heavy but still. Branches bend slightly and release snowflakes softly, which land in silence. The air carries the faint scent of pine and crisp winter cold. The forest continues to move slowly, respecting the quiet within the cabin. Hope's dreams continue to be gentle and soothing. They are not scenes or events, but soft sensations of warmth, safety, and belonging. She is fully cradled by sleep, her mind untethered from time, her body fully supported. Jasper exhales deeply and evenly. Luna's tail flicks once, then settles. Their presence is a calm pulse, steady and comforting. They remind the cabanand, anyone listening, of quiet companionship, of the unspoken safety that comes from being surrounded by warmth and familiarity. The morning light spreads further across the room, painting everything in gentle shades of soft gold and silver. The snow outside glitters faintly in reflection, but the cabin remains calm, undisturbed. Shadows shift slowly, yet nothing interrupts the deep, restful rhythm inside. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Every muscle relaxes, every thought drifts away. There is no tension, no urgency, no need to act. She exists entirely in this cocoon of warmth, companionship, and calm. And as you listen, you may drift even further. Let every breath carry you deeper into rest. Let every exhale release the last traces of tension. Let your body sink fully into the comfort surrounding you. There is nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, only the stillness and quiet of this moment. The cabin, the forest, the snow, the morning light, they are all aligned in a harmony that nurtures rest. Every detail is gentle, every movement soft, every sound almost imperceptible. The environment itself seems designed to cradle sleep and calm, to allow both Hope and anyone listening to fully relax. Hope's sleep continues, deep and uninterrupted. Jasper and Luna remain close, their presence steady and reassuring. The cabin holds them all in warmth and stillness, and the forest outside remains patient, silent, and protective. This morning, this moment, is entirely for rest. You are welcome to remain here, in this warmth, in this quiet, fully supported, carried gently by the rhythm of breath, the comfort of your surroundings, and the slow unfolding of the day. The morning grows steadily brighter, though the cabin remains a soft sanctuary, wrapped in warmth and quiet. Hope sleeps deeply, her body fully relaxed, every muscle softened. The rhythm of her breathing is steady and unhurried, a gentle ebb and flow that seems to match the slow pulse of the cabin itself. Jasper shifts slightly on the floor, stretching and then curling back into a comfortable position. Luna nestles closer to Hope's feet, her small body radiating warmth and quiet presence. Together, they create a comforting rhythm in the room, steady and grounding, a reminder of companionship and calm. The hearth now holds only faint embers, radiating gentle warmth that has soaked into the wood and stone. The cabin itself seems infused with it, each surface quietly retaining the heat of the past fire. This warmth, paired with the blankets and the steady presence of her companions, holds Hope in a cocoon of safety and calm. Outside, the forest reflects the slow approach of the day. Snow glimmers faintly under the early light, casting soft silver tones across the frozen branches. The trees sway gently under the snow's weight, releasing it in tiny flurries that settle without sound. The forest moves with infinite patience, aware of the stillness it cradles within itself and beyond. Hope shifts slightly, adjusting herself before relaxing fully again. Her body feels heavy in the most comforting way. Each inhalation brings warmth and a sense of grounding, while each exhalation releases tension. Sleep carries her effortlessly, deeper and deeper into restorative calm. If you are listening, notice how your own body responds. Every muscle relaxes further. Breathing deepens, smooth and steady. Thoughts, if they appear, drift past like clouds, without weight or urgency. Allow yourself to settle fully, carried by the rhythm of breath and the calmness of this space. The cabin continues to support rest in quiet, unspoken ways. The soft creak of the floorboards, the warmth held in the walls, and the gentle, almost imperceptible sounds of movement within the room all contribute to an environment perfectly designed for deep relaxation. Outside, the forest remains hushed, save for the occasional shift of a branch or the faint settling of snow. Birds stir quietly beneath the snow, small and careful, as if afraid to disturb the profound stillness of the morning. The air carries the crisp scent of pine and frozen earth, clean and refreshing, without urgency or intrusion. Hopes, dreams drift alongside her sleep, abstract and soft. They are not formed of narrative or visual images, but of a warm, enveloping sensation sense of being fully supported, fully safe, and fully present. Sleep cradles her body and mind, allowing restoration to occur naturally, effortlessly. Jasper exhales slowly, his chest rising and falling in a comforting rhythm. Luna's tail flicks gently, then rests. Their subtle movements add to the sense of calm, reassuring that the quiet presence of companionship surrounds Hope completely. The morning light continues to stretch, gently illuminating the cabin with soft gold and silver hues. Snow outside shimmers faintly, yet the light is delicate, undemanding. Shadows shift slowly across the room, but nothing interrupts the deep rest that fills the space. Hope's sleep deepens further. Every part of her being is completely at ease. Muscles are soft, mind is quiet. She is entirely held by the warmth, companionship, and the protective stillness of the cabin. And as you listen, you are welcome to drift further with her. Let each breath carry you deeper into calm. Let every exhale release tension, worry, or distraction. Allow your body to sink fully into comfort, your mind to rest completely, and your thoughts to soften into a gentle quiet. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light combine to create a perfect harmony of rest. Every element exists solely to support calm, sleep, and ease. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands. The rhythm is soft, gentle, and unbroken, guiding anyone listening into deeper stillness. Hope's sleep remains uninterrupted. Jasper and Luna continue their quiet presence, steady and comforting. The cabin holds them all, and the forest outside remains patient, silent, and protective. This morning, this moment, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let the soft rhythm of the cabin, the gentle presence of her companions, and the calm pulse of the forest carry you deeper into complete relaxation. The day continues its gentle approach, though the cabin remains suspended in a soft cocoon of warmth and calm. Hope lies still in her bed, fully enveloped by her quilts, her body completely at ease. Each breath flows evenly and deeply, carrying her further into a state of peaceful rest. There is no urgency, no rush, only the steady, unbroken rhythm of sleep. Jasper stretches lightly, then settles back beside the bed. Luna shifts once, curling even tighter at Hope's feet, sharing her warmth. Their presence is quiet and steady, a reassurance that she and anyone listening are held, fully supported and safe. The subtle rise and fall of their breathing adds a gentle cadence to the room, a soft heartbeat of companionship and calm. The hearth has cooled further, leaving only a faint warmth in the stones, radiating imperceptibly throughout the room. The wood and stone seem to retain the heat of past fires, creating a gentle, comforting atmosphere that wraps the cabin in quiet security. Everything in the room contributes to the stillness: the furniture, the quilts, even the soft shadows cast by the faint morning light. Outside, the snow continues to glimmer under the growing light. Trees remain heavy with frost and snow, each branch bowing gently, releasing tiny flurries that settle silently. The forest moves slowly and deliberately, respecting the tranquility that fills the cabin. The faint scent of pine and fresh snow drifts through the air, adding a subtle freshness that soothes and calms. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, then releases completely into rest. Her body feels weightless yet supported, her mind free from thought. Each inhale brings warmth and grounding. Each exhale releases tension and worry. Sleep has taken her fully, guiding her into a restorative, effortless state. If you are listening, notice how your own body might be responding. Muscles relax further. Breathing becomes deeper, smoother, easier. Thoughts may drift past lightly, like clouds in a clear sky, leaving only the gentle sensation of presence. Allow yourself to sink fully into this moment, letting calm wash through you completely. The cabin remains a sanctuary of quiet. Even the faint creaks of wood under the weight of Jasper and Luna add to the rhythm, steady and comforting, like a heartbeat beneath the stillness. Each element in the roomstone, wood, fabric, and living presence works together to create a space perfectly designed for rest. Outside, the forest mirrors the calm inside. Snow rests heavily, muffling the ground. The branches sway slowly, almost imperceptibly, releasing snow in delicate flurries that land silently. Birds stir beneath the snow, moving carefully, and the air carries the crisp scent of winter without intrusion. The world remains patient, waiting still, honoring the quiet of the cabin. Hopes, dreams are soft and comforting. They are not constructed of images or stories, but sensations of warmth, security, and stillness. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing the body to restore, the mind to clear, and the soul to settle fully. Jasper exhales slowly, his chest rising and falling in rhythm with the quiet of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail, then rests again. Their quiet companionship adds an unspoken sense of safety to the room, grounding the stillness further. The morning light continues to spread softly, illuminating the cabin in gentle gold and silver tones. Shadows shift slowly across the floor, but nothing disturbs the profound calm. The snow outside glimmers faintly, yet the light feels soft, embracing rather than harsh. Hope's sleep remains deep and uninterrupted. Her body is fully relaxed, her mind free, her spirit at ease. There is nothing she needs to do. She exists entirely in the present, cradled by warmth, companionship, and the gentle stillness of the cabin. And as you listen, you too may sink further into rest. Let your body relax completely. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let the calm of the cabin, the presence of companions, and the stillness of the forest wrap around you like a gentle quilt. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, no urgency at all. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the light combine to create perfect harmony. Each element works together to support rest, calm, and peaceful sleep. Nothing interrupts. Ni demands. Only the slow, soft unfolding of comfort and stillness, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep continues, deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna remain close, steady and comforting. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside remains patient, silent, and protective. This morning, this moment, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, calm, and stillness. Let every breath carry you further into relaxation. Let every exhale release tension. Allow yourself to drift deeper, supported completely by the rhythm of the cabin, the companions, and the gentle winter forest surrounding you. The morning light continues to stretch softly across the snow-covered landscape, filtering gently through the frosted windows of the cabin. Inside, the warmth from the quilts and the faint heat still held by the hearth wraps Hope in a cocoon of comfort. She remains fully asleep, her body entirely relaxed, her breathing slow, steady, and unhurried. Each inhale carries warmth. Each exhale releases the last threads of tension. Jasper stirs slightly, stretching his legs before curling back into his spot beside the bed. Luna, nestled at Hope's feet, adjusts subtly, pressing her warmth closer. Their presence is steady, unspoken, yet profoundly reassuring. Together, they fill the cabin with a calm rhythm, a heartbeat of companionship and safety that blends seamlessly into the stillness of the room. The room itself holds an almost tangible sense of peace. The faint creaks of the floorboards under the animals' movements are absorbed into the quiet, becoming part of the rhythm of rest rather than a distraction. The furniture, the wood walls, the soft quilt saw contribute to an atmosphere that encourages deep relaxation. Outside, the snow glimmers faintly under the gentle morning light, casting a delicate glow throughout the forest. The trees stand tall and still, branches heavy with snow, releasing it slowly in tiny flurries that settle silently. The air is crisp, carrying the subtle scent of pine and fresh snow, refreshing yet calming. Every detail outside mirrors the calm within the cabin. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, then settles fully again, her body completely at ease. Muscles loosen further, shoulders soften, and her jaw relaxes entirely. Sleep has taken over fully, allowing the body to restore, the mind to release, and the spirit to simply rest. If you are listening, you may notice a similar effect in yourself. The muscles in your body may feel softer, your breath deeper, and your mind quieter. Thoughts may pass like clouds, gentle and unsubstantial. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the soft presence of this moment of calm. The cabin stands as a sanctuary, perfectly aligned with the rhythm of rest. Each element, wood, stone, fabric, light, and the steady presence of Jasper and Luna works together to cradle sleep. There is a sense of harmony here, where every sound, every movement, every small detail is in perfect alignment with tranquility. Outside, the forest continues its slow, measured awakening. Snow glints and shifts with the morning light, yet it remains quiet, respectful of the stillness inside. Birds stir beneath the snow-laden branches, moving carefully as if aware of the deep calm preserved within the cabin. Even the faintest sounds of life are absorbed into the hush, unnoticed yet present, adding to the sensation of a world entirely at rest. Hopes, dreams continue to be gentle, not formed of images or words, but of sensations, warmth, security. She is fully immersed in sleep, cradled by comfort, supported completely by her surroundings. Every cell in her body responds to the rest. Every part of her mind drifts toward peace. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in time with the quiet of the cabin. Luna shifts once, then rests, curling slightly tighter at Hope's feet. Their presence forms a gentle, steady rhythm, a silent reminder of companionship and the safety of being fully supported. The light outside grows gradually, painting the snow and the forest in soft shades of gold and silver. Shadows lengthen and fade, moving imperceptibly across the floor of the cabin. The room remains calm and undisturbed, a perfect space for rest to deepen further. Hope continues to sleep, completely relaxed, fully surrendered to the moment. There is no tension, no concern, no anticipation. She exists entirely in the comfort of her quilts, the warmth of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the surrounding forest. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further along with her. Let every breath carry you deeper into calm. Let each exhale release tension. Each thought dissolves into the quiet. Allow the rhythm of the cabin, the soft movement of companions, and the hush of the winter forest to guide you into even deeper relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the morning light, and the snow combine into a perfect harmony of stillness. Each element supports rest, each sound contributes to calm, each presence nurtures a sense of safety. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands, only the soft, gentle unfolding of complete relaxation. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay close, their calm presence a grounding anchor. The cabin holds them all, while the forest beyond maintains its patient, silent watch. This morning, this moment, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here as long as you like, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every inhalation guide you deeper. Every exhale releases tension. Every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, supported, and completely held. The morning grows slowly brighter, yet the cabin remains a gentle haven, cocooned in warmth and quiet. Hope remains in deep sleep, her body fully supported by the bed and quilts. Each breath flows evenly and softly, carrying her deeper into complete rest. Her body is heavy, yet comfortable, her mind calm, untethered from thought. Jasper stirs slightly, stretching before curling back into his familiar position on the floor. Luna shifts once, pressing closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth and calm. Their quiet presence forms a subtle rhythm throughout the room, a heartbeat of comfort that fills the space without breaking the silence. The hearth is now only a gentle memory of warmth, radiating subtly through the stones and wood. Every surface in the cabin floorboards, walls, quilts, furniture holds the residual warmth of past fires, creating a cocoon of steady, invisible heat that envelops the room. This gentle presence reinforces the sense of safety and calm, holding both Hope and anyone listening in its embrace. Outside, the snow reflects the growing morning light in soft, muted silver and gold. Trees stand tall and still, branches heavy with snow, releasing tiny flurries that settle silently. The forest moves with care, almost imperceptibly, honoring the quiet within the cabin. The crisp scent of pine and winter air drifts softly, refreshing yet calm, inviting you to breathe it in without thought or effort. Hope shifts once more in her sleep, then relaxes fully again. Her body feels perfectly supported, every muscle soft and loose. Each breath deepens her sense of grounding. Each exhale releases the last traces of tension. Sleep carries her effortlessly into restoration, calming every part of her being. If you are listening, you may feel your own body responding. Muscles relax further. Breath becomes slower and deeper. Thoughts, if they appear, drift past lightly without effort or attachment. Allow yourself to sink fully into this quiet, to be carried gently by the rhythm of presence and comfort. The cabin stands steady, a sanctuary that does not demand attention but nurtures rest in every subtle way. The creak of floorboards, the faint heat from the hearth, the soft movements of Jasper and Luna all form a rhythm that encourages calm and deep relaxation. Outside, the forest mirrors the calm inside. Snow rests thick and soft on the ground and trees, muffling sound. Branches sway slowly, releasing snow in tiny flurries that settle silently. Birds and small animals move carefully beneath the snow, their sounds subtle, absorbed into the hush of winter. The forest waits patiently, honoring the stillness of the cabin. Hope's dreams continue to be soft and abstract. They are not made of images or stories, but of sensations, warmth, calm, and safety. Sleep holds her completely, guiding her body and mind toward rest and renewal. Every part of her is at ease. Jasper exhales steadily, chest rising and falling in harmony with the quiet of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once, then rests again. Their companionship reinforces the sense of being supported, held, and safe. The light outside continues to spread gradually, illuminating the snow and forest in soft, gentle tones. Shadows shift imperceptibly across the cabin floor, yet the room remains calm and undisturbed. Every element works in harmony, creating a perfect environment for deep relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep, completely immersed in the moment. Her body, her mind, and her spirit are entirely at ease. There is no tension, no concern, no anticipation, only complete rest, supported by warmth, companionship, and the stillness of the surrounding forest. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let every exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Let the soft rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the hush of the forest guide you into an even deeper state of calm. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light combine to form a perfect harmony. Each element nurtures rest, each sound supports calm, and every presence reinforces safety. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands, only the gentle, steady unfolding of quiet, peaceful rest. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay close, their quiet presence a grounding anchor. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside maintains its patient, silent watch. This moment belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension. Every heartbeat reminds you that you are fully supported, safe, and held. The morning light continues to spread softly across the snow-covered forest, brushing through the frosted windows of the cabin. Inside, warmth and calm remain uninterrupted. Hope continues to sleep deeply, her body fully relaxed, her breath slow and steady. Each inhalation carries gentle comfort. Each exhalation releases tension and thought, allowing her mind and body to drift further into complete rest. Jasper stretches lightly, then curls back into his familiar spot on the floor, his breathing slow and steady. Luna shifts once, pressing closer to Hope's feet, sharing her warmth and quiet presence. Their companionship forms a steady rhythm in the room, subtle but deeply reassuring, a silent reminder that rest is safe and supported. The hearth emits only the faintest glow, now its residual warmth radiating gently through the stones and wooden floors. The cabin itself holds this comfort, the walls and furniture keeping a steady embrace around Hope. Everything in the room, quilts, blankets, chairs, the bed contributes to a cocoon of calm, perfectly aligned to nurture sleep. Outside, the snow reflects the softening morning light, painting the forest in muted silver and pale gold. Trees stand motionless, their branches heavy with snow, occasionally releasing tiny flurries that settle without sound. The air carries the subtle scent of pine and fresh snow, cool and crisp, inviting you to breathe deeply, inhaling calm, exhaling any lingering tension. Hope shifts slightly, then relaxes fully once more. Her body feels weightless, yet supported, each muscle soft and loose. Sleep carries her effortlessly, guiding her mind and body into a state of full restoration. Each breath deepens this sense of calm. Each exhale releases the last threads of worry or distraction. If you are listening, notice how your own body responds. muscles release, breathing slows, thoughts drift away gently. You may feel as though you are sinking deeper into comfort, fully supported by the rhythm of your own breath and the quiet surrounding you. The cabin itself radiates calm, every object contributing to the stillness, the subtle creak of the floorboards, the faint warmth in the walls, and the soft movements of Jasper and Luna all blend together in a gentle rhythm, reinforcing relaxation. Outside, the forest remains patient and silent. Snow muffles the ground, while the trees, heavy with frost, release tiny amounts gradually, creating soft, almost imperceptible movements. Birds stir quietly. Small animals move cautiously beneath the snow, yet nothing disturbs the overarching sense of calm. The forest itself feels aligned with the quiet of the cabin, as if it is holding space for rest. Hopes, dreams remain abstract and soft. They are not formed of narrative or images, but of sensations, warmth, safety, and stillness. Sleep envelops her completely, nurturing her body, mind, and spirit. Every part of her is relaxed, every breath guided by the quiet of the room and the gentle rhythm of the forest outside. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in perfect rhythm with the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once, then rests again, her presence grounding the space further. The animal's calm forms a heartbeat in the room, a constant reassurance that everything is safe and still. The light outside spreads gradually, illuminating the snow and forest in delicate golds and silvers. Shadows shift subtly across the floor of the cabin, yet the calm remains unbroken. The environment itself supports rest, encouraging deep relaxation without effort. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit exist entirely in the moment, cradled by warmth, companionship, and the hushed presence of the forest. There is no urgency, no thought of the day ahead, only the comfort of this quiet, restorative space. As you listen, let yourself drift further into this calm. Each breath carries you deeper. Every exhale releases tension, worry, or stress. Allow the rhythm of the cabin, the warmth of your surroundings, and the quiet presence of nature to guide you into an even deeper state of rest. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light together form a harmony that nurtures peace. Every detail, sound, movement, presence supports stillness and deep relaxation. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands. The rhythm is gentle, steady, and unbroken, carrying both hope and anyone listening fully into comfort. Hope's sleep continues, deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay near, their steady presence a grounding comfort. The cabin holds them all in warmth, while the forest outside remains patient, silent, and protective. This morning, this space belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, enveloped in warmth, calm and quiet. Let every breath guide you deeper. Every exhale releases tension. Every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The soft morning light stretches further, illuminating the cabin with a gentle glow. Hope remains in deep sleep, her body fully supported by the bed and quilts, her breath slow, even, and rhythmic. Every inhale brings warmth and comfort. Every exhale releases tension and lingering thought, allowing her mind and body to drift fully into rest. Jasper shifts lightly on the floor, stretching one paw before settling back into his familiar spot. Luna moves slightly, pressing closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth and calm. Their presence forms a steady, grounding rhythm in the room, subtle but profoundly reassuring. The quiet heartbeat of companionship fills the space, a silent reminder that rest is fully supported. The hearth holds only the faintest embers now, yet the gentle warmth has soaked into the walls and floors. Every surface of the cabin wood, stone, quilts, furniture radiates comfort and calm. The environment itself feels alive with serenity, holding hope and anyone listening in a cocoon of quiet support. Outside, the snow sparkles softly under the gradually brightening morning light. Trees stand tall, their branches heavy with snow, releasing it in tiny flurries that settle silently. The forest breathes slowly, carefully, maintaining the hush that the cabin embodies. The air carries the crisp scent of pine and fresh snow, inviting deep, calming breaths. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, then releases fully into rest again. Her muscles soften further, shoulders and jaw relax completely. Sleep guides her effortlessly, allowing the body to restore and the mind to release. Each inhalation deepens calm. Each exhalation releases the last fragments of tension. If you are listening, notice your own body responding to this gentle rhythm. Muscles soften, breathing slows, thoughts drift lightly like clouds passing across the sky. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the steady presence of calm and warmth, carrying you deeper into rest. The cabin continues to cradle all within it, the faint creak of floorboards, the residual warmth of the hearth, the soft presence of Jasper and Luna all form a harmonious rhythm that encourages complete relaxation. Every detail contributes to this sanctuary of peace. Outside, the forest maintains its gentle watch. Snow mutes sound, while trees sway subtly under the weight of frost. Small birds stir quietly, and animals move cautiously beneath the snow. Every movement is absorbed into the hush, supporting the overarching stillness and calm. Hopes, dreams continue in their soft, abstract form, a warm, enveloping sensation rather than a narrative or images. Sleep holds her completely, nourishing her body, mind, and spirit. Each cell, each thought, each breath exists entirely within the gentle rhythm of rest. Jasper exhales steadily, chest rising and falling with the soft rhythm of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before curling back into her cozy spot. Their quiet companionship forms a comforting, steady pulse that reinforces safety and calm. The morning light continues to filter through the windows, painting the cabin with soft gold and silver tones. Shadows move slowly, subtly across the floor. The cabin remains a sanctuary, a safe space in which nothing disturbs the restorative rhythm of rest. Hope is fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only the presence of warmth, companionship, and stillness. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further. Let each breath carry you deeper. Each exhale releases tension. Let the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the gentle hush of the forest guide you into a state of complete relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light form a harmonious environment, each element supporting peace, stillness, and restorative rest. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands attention, only the steady, gentle flow of comfort and calm. Hope's sleep remains deep and unbroken. Jasper and Luna stay near, their steady presence a comforting anchor. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside watches silently and patiently. This morning, this space belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here as long as you like, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you further into relaxation. Let every exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Let the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of companions, and the gentle pulse of the morning light continue to deepen, spilling softly across the snow-covered forest outside the cabin. Inside, warmth and quiet remain uninterrupted. Hope continues to sleep, fully immersed in rest, her body completely relaxed. Each breath flows evenly and effortlessly, carrying her deeper into restorative calm. Her muscles are soft, her mind free, her spirit at ease. Jasper stretches lightly, then curls back beside the bed, his breathing slow and rhythmic. Luna adjusts slightly, pressing her warmth closer to Hope's feet. Their presence fills the cabin with a steady, unspoken heartbeat, a gentle reassurance that all is safe and still. The rhythm of their quiet companionship blends seamlessly with the calm of the room. The hearth emits only a faint, residual warmth now permeating the wood and stone. Every surface in the cabin, the floorboards, the furniture, the quilt seems to hold this comfort, creating a cocoon of serenity. The room itself feels alive with calm, a sanctuary designed for deep rest. Outside, the snow glimmers softly under the increasing light, painting the forest in subtle silver and gold. The trees stand tall, their branches weighted with snow, occasionally releasing it in small flurries that settle silently. The forest breathes slowly, deliberately, honoring the stillness within the cabin. The air carries a crisp, clean scent of pine and winter snow, inviting you to inhale calm, exhale tension, and sink fully into the quiet. Hope shifts slightly, then settles fully into comfort. Her shoulders soften, her jaw relaxes, and each muscle in her body releases fully. Sleep carries her effortlessly, guiding her body and mind into a restorative state. Each inhale brings warmth. Each exhale releases the last traces of worry or tension. If you are listening, notice your own body responding. Muscles loosen, breathing deepens and slows. Thoughts drift lightly past, unsubstantial. You may feel yourself sinking deeper into the comfort and calm surrounding you, fully supported by the rhythm of your own breath and the soft stillness of the space. The cabin continues to cradle all within it, the faint creak of floorboards, the lingering warmth from the hearth, the quiet presence of Jasper and Luna, all combine into a harmonious, steady rhythm that encourages relaxation and deep rest. Every detail contributes to this sanctuary of calm. Outside, the forest remains patient and still. Snow rests heavily, muffling movement and sound. Branches sway gently under the weight of frost, releasing small flurries with almost imperceptible motion. Birds stir softly beneath the snow-laden branches, and small animals move cautiously across the forest floor. Every sound is absorbed into the hush, maintaining the deep tranquility that fills the cabin. Hope's dreams remain soft and abstract, a warm, enveloping sensation rather than imagery or narrative. Sleep holds her completely, nourishing her body, mind, and spirit. Every part of her exists entirely within the rhythm of deep rest, fully supported and safe. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling with the calm pulse of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once, then curls back into her spot, radiating warmth. Their presence forms a steady heartbeat in the room, anchoring the stillness and reinforcing a sense of safety and comfort. The morning light, continues to filter through the windows, casting gentle golden and silver tones across the cabin. Shadows shift subtly across the floor, yet the room remains a sanctuary, undisturbed and serene. Every element contributes to the gentle rhythm of rest. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit are completely at ease. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only warmth, companionship, and quiet. Sleep carries her fully, uninterrupted and restorative. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further into calm. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let every exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Allow the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the gentle hush of the forest to guide you into an even deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light create a perfect harmony, each element supporting rest, stillness, and peace. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands attention. Only the soft, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening in complete comfort. Hope's sleep continues, deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay close, their calm presence a grounding anchor. The cabin holds them all in warmth, while the forest outside watches silently and patiently. This morning, this space belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension. Every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning continues to unfold slowly, though the cabin remains a quiet, warm sanctuary. Hope sleeps deeply, wrapped in her quilts, fully supported by the soft bed beneath her. Each inhale brings gentle warmth. Each exhale releases tension, letting her sink deeper into restorative rest. Her body feels light yet secure, every muscle softened, her mind calm and free. Jasper stretches slightly, then settles back into his usual spot on the floor, chest rising and falling in steady rhythm. Luna nudges herself closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth. Their presence is subtle yet grounding, forming a steady heartbeat that permeates the cabin with a gentle sense of calm and safety. The hearth, now cooled to faint residual warmth, continues to radiate comfort into the room. The cabin itself feels infused with the gentle heat of past fires, holding everyone inside in a cocoon of serenity. Every detail, the wooden furniture, the soft rugs, the quilts, the stone of the hearthworks, together to create a safe space perfectly aligned for rest and relaxation. Outside, the forest shimmers under the softening light of the day. Snow glints in pale silver and gold tones. The trees remain heavy with snow, occasionally releasing small flurries that land silently. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of pine and winter snow. Every inhale brings a calming freshness. Every exhale releases any lingering tension, letting you sink deeper into stillness. Hope shifts once, then relaxes fully again. Her body is completely at ease, muscles loose, shoulders softened, jaw relaxed. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing her mind to rest, her body to restore, and her spirit to simply be. Each breath deepens this sense of tranquility. If you are listening, notice your own body responding. The muscles loosen, breathing deepens and slows, and thoughts drift lightly like clouds, unsubstantial and easy to release. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. You are fully supported by the gentle rhythm of your breath and the stillness of the space around you. the cabin continues to cradle all within it. The faint creak of the floorboards, the lingering warmth in the walls, the gentle presence of Jasper and Lunal blend together into a steady, harmonious rhythm, nurturing calm and deep relaxation. Every object, every surface contributes to the quiet sanctuary. Outside, the forest remains patient and hushed. Snow muffles the ground, trees sway slowly under frost, and the occasional small flurry falls silently. Birds stir beneath the branches, moving carefully, while other small creatures tread cautiously beneath the snow. All movement is absorbed into the overarching hush, maintaining the sense of profound calm and safety. Hopes, dreams are soft and abstract, more sensation than image or story. They are gentle waves of warmth, calm, and safety, supporting her body, mind, and spirit in complete relaxation. Sleep holds her effortlessly, guiding every part of her toward full restoration. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in time with the gentle rhythm of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once, then curls back into her cozy spot. Their quiet presence forms a grounding heartbeat, reinforcing safety and comfort throughout the room. The morning light continues to spread through the frosted windows, casting delicate shades of gold and silver across the cabin. Shadows shift slowly across the floor, yet the calm remains undisturbed. The cabin itself seems alive with serenity, every detail supporting the gentle rhythm of rest. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rests completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only the presence of warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further into this calm. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let each exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Allow the gentle rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet of the forest to guide you into an even deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light come together in perfect harmony. Each element nurtures peace, stillness, and restorative sleep. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands attention, only the soft, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep remains deep, restorative, and uninterrupted. Jasper and Luna stay near, their presence steady and reassuring. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside remains patient, silent, and protective. This morning, this space belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you further. Every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning continues to unfold in soft, measured light, yet the cabin remains a cocoon of warmth and calm. Hope lies deeply asleep, fully supported by her bed and quilts. Each breath she takes is slow and even, guiding her body deeper into relaxation. Every muscle softens, every thought fades, and her mind drifts fully into a state of restful peace. Jasper stretches lightly, then curls back into his familiar spot on the floor, chest rising and falling with a steady, soothing rhythm. Luna shifts once, moving closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth and calm. Their quiet presence fills the cabin with a gentle heartbeat, a subtle reassurance of safety and tranquility. The hearth now holds only faint warmth, yet the residual heat continues to permeate the cabin, creating a subtle, comforting glow that wraps the room in serenity. Every object, from the wooden floorboards to the soft quilts, contributes to the sanctuary, forming an environment perfectly aligned for rest and rejuvenation. Outside, the forest glimmers beneath the gentle morning light. Snow rests thick on every branch, sometimes falling in tiny flurries that land silently. The air carries a crisp scent of pine and winter snow, invigorating yet soothing. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases tension, letting you settle further into the stillness of the moment. Hope shifts slightly in her sleep, then relaxes fully once more. Her body feels heavy, yet supported, muscles loose, shoulders soft, jaw relaxed. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing the mind to rest, the body to restore, and the spirit to be completely at ease. If you are listening, notice how your own body responds. Muscles loosen, breathing deepens and slows, and thoughts drift gently away. You may feel yourself sinking further into comfort, fully supported by the rhythm of your breath and the quiet of your surroundings. The cabin continues to cradle all within it. The faint creak of floorboards, the residual warmth of the hearth, and the gentle presence of Jasper and Luna all blend into a steady, harmonious rhythm. Each sound, each surface contributes to the calm, creating a sanctuary perfectly suited for deep rest. Outside, the forest remains patient and still. Snow muffles the ground, and the trees sway gently under the weight of frost, releasing small flurries in soft, imperceptible movements. Birds stir beneath the branches, and small animals move cautiously beneath the snow, each movement absorbed into the quiet. Every sound contributes to the overarching hush, reinforcing a sense of profound calm. Hope's dreams remain soft and soothing, more sensation than image or story. They are gentle waves of warmth, safety, and stillness, supporting her body, mind, and spirit in complete relaxation. Sleep holds her fully, guiding her effortlessly toward restoration. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling with the calm rhythm of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before settling back into her cozy spot. Their quiet companionship forms a gentle heartbeat, anchoring the stillness and reinforcing comfort throughout the space. The morning light continues to filter through the frosted windows, casting delicate shades of gold and silver across the room. Shadows shift subtly across the floor, yet the calm remains unbroken. The cabin itself seems alive with serenity, each detail supporting the gentle rhythm of rest and relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no concern, only the presence of warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further into this calm. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let each exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Allow the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet forest outside to guide you into an even deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light together form perfect harmony. Each element nurtures peace, stillness, and restorative rest. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands. Only the soft, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep continues, deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna remain close, their presence steady and comforting. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside watches silently, patient and protective. This moment, this space, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, enveloped in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning stretches onward, soft light spilling across the snow-laden forest. Yet, inside the cabin, a gentle cocoon of warmth and calm persists. Hope continues to sleep deeply, wrapped in her quilts, fully supported by the soft bed beneath her. Every breath flows slowly, effortlessly, guiding her deeper into restorative rest. Her muscles remain loose, her mind calm, and her spirit completely at ease. Jasper shifts lightly, stretching one paw before settling back into his usual position on the floor. Luna nudges herself closer to Hope's feet, sharing her warmth and quiet presence. Their subtle companionship creates a gentle, steady heartbeat in the cabin, reassuring all who are here that rest is safe and fully supported. The hearth, now dim, radiates faint warmth that seeps into the wooden floor and stone walls. The cabin itself seems to hold this quiet heat, forming a cocoon of comfort that embraces all within it. Every detail, the quilts, furniture, floorboards, and walls works together to create a sanctuary perfectly aligned for deep rest. Outside, the forest glimmers softly under the morning light. Snow sparkles in delicate silver and gold tones. Trees stand tall, their branches heavy with snow, releasing tiny flurries that settle silently. The crisp scent of pine and winter snow drifts into the cabin, bringing freshness and calm. Every inhale is grounding. Every exhale releases tension, letting you sink further into quiet and stillness. Hope shifts slightly, then settles fully into comfort again. Her body feels perfectly supported, weightless yet secure. Every muscle softens, shoulders relax, jaw loosens. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing her mind to rest, her body to restore, and her spirit to be fully present in calm. If you are listening, notice how your own body is responding. Muscles loosen, breathing slows and deepens. Thoughts drift gently like clouds across a quiet sky. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the gentle rhythm of breath and presence, carrying you deeper into relaxation. The cabin continues to cradle all within it. The faint creak of floorboards, the warmth lingering in the walls and floor, the gentle presence of Jasper and Lunal form a harmonious rhythm that nurtures calm. Each detail contributes to the sanctuary, supporting deep, restorative rest. Outside, the forest remains patient and still. Snow muffles the ground, trees sway slowly under the frost, and small flurries fall gently, absorbed into the hush. Birds stir softly beneath the snow-laden branches, and small creatures move cautiously beneath the snow. Every sound, every subtle movement reinforces the calm, maintaining an atmosphere of profound stillness. Hopes, dreams remain soft, abstract, and soothing. They are more sensation than image or story, waves of warmth, safety, and stillness that support her body, mind, and spirit in complete relaxation. Sleep holds her effortlessly, guiding every part of her toward complete restoration. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling in rhythm with the calm pulse of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before curling back into her cozy spot, radiating warmth. Their quiet presence forms a grounding heartbeat that anchors the stillness, reinforcing comfort throughout the space. The morning light filters gently through frosted windows, casting shades of gold and silver across the cabin. Shadows move subtly across the floor, yet the calm remains undisturbed. Every detail contributes to the gentle rhythm of rest, creating an environment perfectly suited for deep relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, allow yourself to drift even further into calm. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let each exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Allow the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet forest outside to guide you into a deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light combine in perfect harmony. Each element supports rest, stillness, and peaceful sleep. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands. Only the gentle, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay near, their calm presence a comforting anchor. The cabin holds them all in warmth, while the forest outside watches silently, patient and protective. This morning, this moment, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning light continues to spread softly, brushing the snow-covered forest in gentle shades of silver and gold. Inside the cabin, warmth and quiet remain constant. Hope continues to sleep deeply, her body fully supported by the bed and quilts. Every breath she takes is slow and steady, guiding her further into a state of restorative calm. Her muscles are soft, her mind quiet, and her spirit completely at ease. Jasper shifts slightly, stretching before curling back beside the bed. Luna moves gently closer to Hope's feet, sharing her warmth and quiet presence. Together, they form a subtle, steady rhythm in the cabin's gentle heartbeat that reassures and comforts, carrying a sense of calm throughout the space. The hearth, now reduced to faint warmth, continues to permeate the cabin, blending with the residual heat that the walls, floors, and furniture hold. Every element of the cabin seems to contribute to the gentle cocoon of comfort, creating a sanctuary that supports deep, restorative rest. Outside, the snow glimmers under the soft morning light, reflecting delicate tones of silver and gold. Trees stand tall, their branches heavy with snow, releasing tiny flurries that settle silently. The crisp scent of pine and winter air drifts gently inside, grounding and refreshing, inviting you to inhale calm and exhale tension. Hope shifts slightly, then relaxes fully once more. Her body feels weightless, yet supported, each muscle softened, shoulders and jaw relaxed. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing her mind and body to restore fully. Each breath deepens her sense of calm. Each exhale releases lingering worry or tension. If you are listening, notice your own body responding to the calm, muscles release, breathing slows and deepens, and thoughts drift gently, unsubstantial, like clouds passing across a quiet sky. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the rhythm of breath and presence, carrying you into deep rest. The cabin continues to cradle all within it, the soft creak of the floorboards, the faint warmth lingering in the walls. The gentle presence of Jasper and Luna all combine into a harmonious, steady rhythm that nurtures calm. Each detail contributes to the sanctuary of rest, supporting deep, restorative relaxation. Outside, the forest remains patient and quiet. Snow muffles movement, trees sway subtly under frost, and small flurries fall gently, absorbed into the hush. Birds stir quietly beneath the branches, and small creatures tread carefully beneath the snow. Every movement, every sound, reinforces the profound stillness. Hope's dreams are soft and abstract, more sensation than imagery. They are waves of warmth, safety, and stillness, supporting her body, mind, and spirit in complete relaxation. Sleep holds her effortlessly, guiding every part of her toward restoration and calm. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling with the calm rhythm of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before curling back into her cozy spot. Their presence forms a grounding heartbeat, reinforcing the sense of safety and comfort in the space. The morning light continues to filter through the windows, casting gentle gold and silver tones across the cabin. Shadows shift subtly across the floor, yet the calm remains unbroken. Every element of the cabin supports the gentle rhythm of rest, creating an environment perfectly suited for relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, allow yourself to drift even further into this calm. Let every breath carry you deeper. Let each exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Let the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet forest outside guide you into an even deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light work together in perfect harmony. Every element supports peace, stillness, and deep restorative sleep. Nothing interrupts. Nothing demands attention. Only the gentle, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay close, their calm presence a grounding anchor. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside watches silently, patient and protective. This morning, this space belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning light continues to grow gently, illuminating the snow-covered forest outside the cabin. Inside, warmth and quiet persist uninterrupted. Hope remains deeply asleep, fully enveloped by her quilts and supported by the soft bed beneath her. Each breath she takes is slow and steady, guiding her further into restorative calm. Her muscles are soft, her mind quiet, and her spirit fully at ease. Jasper shifts slightly, stretching before curling back into his familiar spot on the floor. Luna moves gently closer to Hope's feet, sharing warmth and quiet presence. Their subtle companionship forms a steady rhythm in the cabin, a gentle heartbeat that reassures and comforts, creating a pervasive sense of calm throughout the space. The hearth emits only faint warmth, yet it continues to radiate comfort into the room, blending with the residual heat in the walls, floors, and furniture. Every element of the cabin contributes to the gentle cocoon of serenity, creating a sanctuary that supports deep, restorative rest. Outside, the forest glimmers softly under the morning light. Snow sparkles in delicate silver and gold tones. The trees stand tall, heavy with snow, releasing tiny flurries that settle silently. The crisp scent of pine and fresh winter air drifts softly into the cabin, grounding and calming. Each inhale invites relaxation. Each exhale releases tension, allowing you to sink further into stillness. Hope shifts slightly, then settles fully into comfort. Her body feels weightless, yet secure, muscles loose, shoulders relaxed, jaw softened. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing her mind to rest, her body to restore, and her spirit to be completely present in calm. Each breath deepens this sense of tranquility. If you are listening, notice your own body responding. Muscles loosen, breathing slows and deepens. Thoughts drift lightly and unobtrusively. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, only the rhythm of breath and presence, carrying you into deep, restorative rest. The cabin continues to cradle all within it. The faint creak of floorboards, the warmth lingering in the walls and floor, the gentle presence of Jasper and Luna all blend into a harmonious, steady rhythm that nurtures relaxation. Every detail contributes to the sanctuary, supporting a state of profound calm. Outside, the forest remains patient and hushed. Snow muffles movement, trees sway slowly under frost, and small flurries fall gently, absorbed into the quiet. Birds stir softly beneath the snow-laden branches, and small creatures move cautiously beneath the snow. Every movement and sound reinforces the stillness, preserving the tranquil atmosphere. Hope's dreams remain soft, abstract, and soothing. They are waves of warmth, safety, and stillness, supporting her body, mind, and spirit in complete relaxation. Sleep holds her effortlessly, guiding every part of her toward restoration. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling with the calm pulse of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before curling back into her cozy spot. Their quiet presence forms a grounding heartbeat, anchoring the stillness and reinforcing comfort throughout the room. The morning light filters gently through the frosted windows, casting delicate gold and silver tones across the cabin. Shadows shift subtly across the floor, yet the calm remains undisturbed. The cabin itself seems alive with serenity, each detail supporting the gentle rhythm of rest and relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, allow yourself to drift further into this calm. Let each breath carry you deeper. Let each exhale release tension, worry, or thought. Let the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet forest outside guide you into an even deeper state of relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light work together in perfect harmony. Every element supports peace, stillness, and restorative sleep. Nothing interrupts. Nothing demands attention. Only the gentle, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay close, their presence steady and comforting. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside watches silently, patient and protective. This moment, this space, belongs entirely to rest. You may remain here, immersed in warmth, quiet, and stillness. Let every breath carry you deeper. Every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat reminds you that you are safe, fully supported, and completely held. The morning stretches gently onward, though inside the cabin, time feels suspended. Hope continues to sleep deeply, fully wrapped in her quilts, each breath slow, even, and restorative. Her body feels heavy, yet secure, her muscles completely relaxed, her mind free, and her spirit at peace. The quiet heartbeat of the cabin, the subtle movements of Jasper and Luna, and the hushed rhythm of the snow-covered forest combine to create a space of perfect calm. Jasper stirs softly, stretching before curling back into his familiar spot on the floor. Luna presses closer to Hope's feet, radiating warmth and comfort. Their presence forms a steady, grounding rhythm, a subtle reassurance that all is well and safe. The room itself seems to breathe with this calm, every element supporting rest and stillness. The hearth, now only faintly warm, continues to lend its subtle comfort. Its heat has soaked into the wooden floor, the walls, and the furniture, holding the room in a gentle embrace. Every surface, every object contributes to the sanctuary, forming a space perfectly aligned for complete rest and tranquility. Outside, the forest glimmers under the soft morning light. Snow sparkles in pale silver and gold, coating each branch and leaf. Trees sway gently, occasionally releasing tiny flurries that settle silently on the frozen ground. The air carries the crisp scent of pine and fresh snow, grounding and soothing. Each inhale invites calm. Each exhale releases any lingering tension, allowing you to sink deeper into this moment of peace. Hope shifts slightly, then releases fully into her sleep once more. Her shoulders soften, her jaw loosens, and each muscle in her body melts into comfort. Sleep carries her effortlessly, allowing her mind, body, and spirit to restore completely. Every breath deepens the calm. Every exhale dissolves the last threads of tension. If you are listening, notice your own body responding. Your muscles release, your breathing slows and deepens, and your thoughts drift gently, unobtrusive, like clouds across a clear sky. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. You are fully supported by the gentle rhythm of breath and presence, carried into deep, restorative calm. The cabin continues to cradle all within it. The faint creak of the floorboards, the subtle warmth lingering in the walls and floors, and the quiet presence of Jasper and Luna all blend together, creating a harmonious rhythm that nurtures rest. Each element contributes to the sanctuary, reinforcing a sense of safety and stillness. Outside, the forest remains patient and silent. Snow muffles every sound. Trees sway gently under frost, and tiny flurries drift downward, settling softly. Birds and small creatures move carefully beneath the snow, their movements absorbed into the hush. Every sound, every subtle motion supports the calm, maintaining the tranquil atmosphere. Hopes, dreams continue to be soft, abstract, and comforting. They are sensations of warmth, safety, and stillness. Waves of relaxation that support every part of her body, mind, and spirit. Sleep holds her completely, guiding her effortlessly toward restoration and peace. Jasper exhales slowly, chest rising and falling with the gentle rhythm of the cabin. Luna flicks her tail once before curling back into her cozy spot. Their presence forms a comforting heartbeat, anchoring the room in quiet and calm. The morning light filters through the frosted windows, painting delicate gold and silver tones across the cabin. Shadows shift slowly across the floor, yet the calm remains unbroken. Every detail in the room, the quilts, the furniture, the wall supports, the gentle rhythm of rest and relaxation. Hope remains fully surrendered to sleep. Her body, mind, and spirit rest completely. There is no urgency, no thought of the day, only warmth, companionship, and stillness. Every part of her is supported, held, and safe. As you listen, let yourself drift fully into this calm. Allow each breath to carry you deeper. Allow each exhale to release tension, worry, or thought. Let the rhythm of the cabin, the presence of Jasper and Luna, and the quiet forest outside guide you into complete, restorative relaxation. The cabin, the forest, the snow, and the morning light exist in perfect harmony. Each element nurtures peace, stillness, and sleep. Nothing interrupts, nothing demands attention. Only the soft, steady unfolding of calm, holding both hope and anyone listening fully in its embrace. Hope's sleep remains deep and restorative. Jasper and Luna stay near, their presence steady and grounding. The cabin holds them all, while the forest outside maintains its patient, silent watch. And now, dear listener, you too may rest here completely. There is nothing more to do, no place to go, only the warmth, the quiet, the gentle rhythm of companionship, and the stillness of the snow-covered forest. Let every breath, every exhale, every heartbeat remind you that you are safe, fully supported, and entirely held. Stay here for as long as you need, drifting effortlessly, wrapped in calm and quiet. And when the time comes, you will awaken gently, carrying the memory of this perfect, peaceful winter morning with you. Good night, and sleep deeply, surrounded by warmth, comfort, and stillness.